So apparently DC has a 10-year plan for their films. I'm not so sure if I buy it. I'm really not. I made a video recently of the Batgirl movie being canceled. This is obviously because of the Discovery and Warner Brothers DC merger, and the new Discovery boss is making the changes, calling all the shots, canceling movies and shows left and right. God only knows if HBO Max will even still be a thing. Not only is the Batgirl movie canceled, the Supergirl movie is canceled. They were going to spin off a Supergirl movie with the same actress that's going to play Supergirl in the Flash film. This actress was also Latina, just like Leslie Grace. So, look, I'm not trying to make any accusations. I'm not trying to say definitively, hey, this could all be a happy coincidence. But it is weird that your two superhero Latina led films are canceled. But yet Ezra Miller, who has committed almost every crime in the book, most recently, apparently he was robbing someone's house of alcohol. I mean, Jesus, what more does this guy need to do in order to get canceled? I'm not the first person to come out and say, hey, so and so should be canceled. This actor, this producer, or this artist, because of comments or because of things that happened a long time ago, they should be canceled. No, I'm usually like, hey, let's get the facts first, or let's see if they have learned or changed, whatever. But Ezra Miller is still, to this day, committing these acts. Ezra Miller is wildly out of control. There's no reason, really, to keep his movie going, but yet they are. Even if the Flash movie does get canceled, if Ezra Miller does something that's so unexcusable, which he kind of already has, but if he does something to the point where even they have to cancel the film, then what happens to Michael Keaton? Michael Keaton, after over 30 years, right, of not being Batman, of being away, and he's still to this day some people's favorite Batman actor of all time. To have him come back, step back into the role while he's still physically able to do so, it does not look good. The Batgirl movie's already canceled. To be honest, he was my main reason for looking forward to that movie. He's supposed to be in the Flash film, but because of the reshoots, bringing back Ben Affleck to be in Aquaman 2, which originally, I guess, Keaton was supposed to be in that role, this is getting concerning. This is scaring me. I desperately have wanted Michael Keaton to come back. I made a video. I have no idea how many years ago I made this video, but I made a video talking about how much I need a Batman Beyond film with Keaton as Old Man Bruce. And I thought we were getting closer and closer to making that a reality. It seems like, no, I'm shit out of luck. I saw on the John Campea show that Henry Cavill has been asked to come back as Superman. And boy, do I hope this is true. This is why, whatever their 10-year plan is, maybe this is a good thing, because I originally thought that, okay, their 10-year plan will be just to reboot, reset, recast everything, and just start from the scratch, which some people will probably say they should do that because the Snyderverse is a mess, and I don't disagree with that. And there is a lot of films that are all over the place, and we don't really know what the direction is and what could or could not happen. But bringing Henry Cavill back is a huge step in the direction of maybe they do hear the fans. They do hear us every day demanding and asking for Cavill to come back. They do recognize that him as an actor, he looks the part. He deserves better. He deserves another chance, maybe with better writing and a different director. Maybe he could bring that hopeful Superman that a lot of us were hoping to get at some point. But I know Cavill's reservations so far has been that he doesn't want to just come back for cameos. He doesn't just want to be Superman in small bits, right? He probably feels like he got screwed. He wants his own standalone movies, and I don't blame him. I think they should give this man more solo films. The Green Lantern show looks like it's all but dead. It just And I didn't have high hopes for it either, because it being a show, I knew it would have to be super expensive, and I was surprised that even we're gonna do it. That goddamn Ryan Reynolds movie has ruined the image of Green Lantern. We might never get to see Green Lantern in live action again. Blue Beetle, that film, some people might say that, oh no, it's safe because they're already shooting it, because they're already in the midst of it. Are you sure about that? Tell Batgirl that it's safe because it's already been shot, or because it's already had so much money put into it. I would be shocked if the Blue Beetle movie still gets made, and if the Latina element has anything to do with those other films, then this Latin character, I don't think it looks good. Wonder Woman 3. I don't know what the new people in charge think of Gal Gadot as an actress. I'm not saying she's the greatest actress in the world, but I do like her as Wonder Woman. I love that first film from 2017. The second movie, not the greatest, right? It's not the greatest. And it does have me in doubt on whether I would even care for a third film, especially if they're trying to do something with Linda Carter and going to bring her back as a villain or whatever they're going to do. I don't know. Robert Pattinson's Batman trilogy, this is what confuses me on the 10-year plan. If your 10-year plan is supposed to basically do what Marvel did, do what Kevin Feige did, and build towards an Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home level event, which makes sense. You have your characters, you have a Justice League team, you have a Darkseid character, like you have the tools in order to do something similar. But how are we still going to get the Robert Pattinson Batman movies and also do that 10-year plan without making things even more confusing? I don't understand. The Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves Batman films, I don't think should and hopefully won't connect to any Justice League-like thing. I think they should be their own thing. They're very dark and gritty and just feel like they lived in their own more grounded world. And also Joker 2, that seems like it's its own thing and very much a gritty type tone as well. And that's going to be a musical, and that's going to be its own wacky and wonky thing. Because if the whole point of shaking everything up is to make it less confusing, to have things be more connected, to have more of a streamline to all of your films and have it build towards something, then where are all those movies going to lie? How are any of these movies going to be less confusing? Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Maybe some people didn't love her portrayal or didn't love her solo Birds of Prey film. I enjoy Margot Robbie a lot. I very much want to see more of her as Harley Quinn. At the very least, I think we deserve one more standalone Harley Quinn film where she meets and becomes best friends. Hell, even maybe a relationship with Poison Ivy. Because that animated show does such a great job of having those two be the main characters and building their relationship that I need to see that in live action. And it would be a crime if that's just not what we end up doing. And let us not forget that that first season of Peacemaker was amazing. Some of the best DC material that has come on screen in a good while. And we're getting a season 2. Headed up by James Gunn, but that would not be possible, probably, under this new regime. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad movie probably would not have been made under this regime, and I enjoyed that film. So this is what I'm talking about, not allowing certain directors either the creative freedom or not being more open-minded to things that aren't necessarily so deeply connected into whatever your 10-year plan is. That's going to chase off great minds like a James Gunn, and that's going to prevent us from great shows like a Peacemaker. You want that billion-dollar reward that Marvel continues to get with their movies, but I can't help but think that this feels forced. I can't help but think if you try to recreate another Superman Batman meeting for the first time, or if you try to recreate the Justice League this soon after we just got a lot of these interactions, is it going to hit the same? Is it going to feel the same? I'm going to bet no. One last thing that I want to mention before I end this is that it was said that they're going to have a complete team only dedicated to doing these DC movies, only dedicated to making sure that these 10 years are cohesive and go together. And I couldn't help but read that and think, really? You didn't already have that? You didn't already have a team that was only dedicated to DC movies? You mean you just brought in random people? Like, I guess we knew that from seeing how many different directors and different writers were involved, but there wasn't anybody in a room putting stuff together and making sure that it all made sense together. This is mind-blowing. What the hell are we doing? How do you have some of the biggest superheroes of all time? How do you have such a rich history of DC characters, and yet you don't have a sole division dedicated to these movies? It's baffling. But yet you made 3 Fantastic Beasts movies, movies that nobody cared about, that nobody asked for. But let's cancel all these DC movies. Yeah, right. Great. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of DC's 10-year plan? Do you think it's viable? Do you think it's too late? Or do you think it's a good idea? Reboot everything and let's start from the beginning. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.